Hello, this is Minnassa from Tarot Living with Minnassa. I use the tarot to support you on your path. And this is the weekly reading, and I am very excited about it. It's called the Planet Direct or the Planets Direct weekly reading. So Pluto's gone direct, Saturn's gone direct, Jupiter's gone direct, and Mercury has gone direct. We had the 1010 portal. There's a lot of stuff happening, and so I am very excited to share this reading from my weekly reading. I want to say welcome to all of you from Tarot Love Community. Much love to Renee Crone for having me on as a guest, and for all of you for subscribing and supporting me. And if you're looking at this and you're not a subscriber, get on the train, y'all. So I am very excited and glad to have all of you here and excited to do this reading. Now, before we get moving forward, let's just take a moment. I am centered. Let's take a moment to become present, focused. Roll your shoulders forward and back to be at this place in alignment so that this message, which is from Spirit through this divine entity that is me, you're ready to receive it, open to it. I send it with love. I'll send some Reiki energy as well of healing and wholeness, that as this message is revealed, that is for your highest good, your greatest good. It opens you to the best that the universe has to offer and puts you in alignment, more so, with your highest purpose. And so today our Planets Direct weekly reading comes from my Sacred Rebels, which is by Alana Fairchild, and I love the cards by her. So we're going to take a look at these very colorful images and talk about, so this is now that the planets are direct, what is the energy with us? What is our path moving forward to take advantage of those planets coming forward and to have an eye to see what was going on while those planets were in retrograde? How do I connect with that, close it, release it, as we do have the full moon in Aries coming up, and then move forward in the power of these planets. This is a power reading. The planets are going direct. This is time to step into our power. So our first card is, bring it into form. Our next card, diving for the light, followed by heaven sent, receiving, and then our final card is defend to the end, the worthwhile. So I love this reading. So now that this energy is moving forward, what is it time to do? So while the planets were in retrograde, a lot of us were dealing with some shadow work, dealing with some dark feelings, releasing people, positions, ways of being that no longer served us, and that was clearing out, making room for that which is for our highest good. Those ideas and inspirations that you've had, that clearing out made room for that. That new way of being, and where you are living from your power, living from your self-love, knowing your value and worth, that was clearing that space to make it come. So now here we are. Bring it into form. What were those ideas you had? What was it that you're wanting creating? What is the way to bring more joy into your life? What is the way to bring more equanimity into your relationships? What is those ways to bring prosperity? What are those ideas that you had? This is the time to bring them into form. Stop thinking about it. Stop writing it down. Bring it into form. You see those feet? Move forward. This is the time, in the New Thought philosophy that I'm a part of, they call prayer treatment, and they'll say treat but move your feet. So don't just be like, oh, divine Christ within me, I want to create. So no, just get that prayer and then start doing the things to bring that about. The universe doesn't, if you read any story from the Bible, from the Bhagavad Gita, from the works of Buddha, from Confucius, the divine works through people. So we are the hands of God. We are the voice of the divine. We are the feet of the goddess. And Now is the time that all the planets are moving directly. The luck of Jupiter is with us, the deep dive of Pluto, and that transformative energy is with us. Mercury's going forward, so that means stuff that was messing up, like the computers and the phones, all those things are moving forward. So this is the time to communicate from your vision. This is the time to step into that luck, to be open to your goodness. This is the time. Move forward. Get it going. I love the next card. So let's look at this card again in its fullness. The next card is Die for the Light. So as we were Pluto retrograde and we were deep down, there was dark thoughts that we've had. I'm not worthy. And there's just a little bit of that. I kept thinking about this horrible marriage that I was in before the gorgeous one that I'm in now. And I should have done this. You know what? Release that. My family still doesn't, they knew that I was doing my little, okay, release that. This is the time to look at that dark and choose the light. There is light in every situation. So even in toxic and harmful and hurtful situations, it's not excusing people who harmed you, but it's saying, where was the light? First of all, here's the light. You still here today. You're still standing. You're still thriving. You're still moving and grooving. They couldn't break you. They didn't make you and your power disappear. And so here is the light. You are still standing, and go for the light. You can choose the darkness or you can choose the light. It's really kind of that simple. Die for the light. And when you get in the light, if you see the shadow, you are the light. Clear it up. Shine yourself on that. So moving forward, choosing the light. We are ascending. We've come out of the age of Pisces, which was the Christ consciousness, or what Jesus, the master teacher Jesus, was trying to bring in. Fear took over that, jealousy took over that, lack took over that, but we are stepping into the age of Aquarius, which is expansion, high thinking. And so the planet's going direct. Card number 1, move forward. Card number 2, head towards that light and be the light. Allow the light, choose the light when you're thinking, choose the light when you're conversating, choose the light when you're meditating, choose the light. Choose yourself. You are a radiant light of the goddess. Next card, Heaven Sent. So as you step forward and step into the light, heaven's ready to meet you. The things that you think are coming to you are going to be exceedingly abundantly more than you can ask or think, but it's about doing what the planets are doing, moving directly, going directly, and then be open. Heaven, you don't have to do it all by yourself. This, being a good spiritual person isn't about the American way. I'm going to do it all myself. No, we collaborate, one with Spirit. And Spirit sends us people to encourage us, to empower us, to redirect us, to drop a little thought. So be open to the gifts of heaven. And then be ready to receive. So part of the thing is, many of you say, well, I've been in this cycle before when the planets go. Okay, be ready to receive. Open. Be ready. Say, well, do you need some help? Oh, no, I got to say, yes, I do need some help. Well, could I make a contribution? No. Okay, drop that false humility and that blah, blah. This is the time to say, yes, yes. Yes, you want to help me. Yes, you want to invest. Yes, you want to go with me. Yes, you'd like to give. Yes, yes, yes. And be open to receiving from yourself, receiving your gifts, receiving your power, receiving your magnificence. This is the time. And then be open to receiving from the universe. This has been a challenge for me, but I am loving it now. I release and let go and let the universe do the flow. And this is that time. Stop trying to give and make stuff happen. Release and allow stuff to happen. And with open hands, you're then ready to receive. And so the final card seems in a way almost out of place. Because it's like, what's all these Okay, so this is about defend to the end that which is worthwhile. Not everyone sees the value in spirituality. Not everyone sees the value in connecting to the divine for divine guidance, for spiritual messages. They don't know about crystals. They don't know about the tarot cards. And so there is that clash. But this is your life's value. And are you willing to speak even when you're uncomfortable? Are you willing to disagree with someone, even if you respect them, but they're talking about your spirituality? They say, oh, that's a bunch of BS. Saying, well, that may be your opinion, but it's has a huge effect on my life. I'm a part of an amazing community, and I feel more connected and more alive than ever. So what's BS to you is life to me. Are you willing to bring your tarot cards out. This I'm going to have to practice when my mom comes here. Am I going to put my icons away and hide my tarot cards, or I'm going to say, this is who I am, and this is who I've always been, and now I'm stepping into that. Defending that which is worthwhile, your dream, your passions, your connection to the divine, your developing community, that people are your family. They're your relatives by blood. They're your family by choice. And are you willing to stick by them, even when other people don't understand? And so this is that great opportunity. The planets are direct, and it is time to move forward. Go to the light. Have an eye for the divine in everywhere. Just like Cinderella, the birds and stuff. So she listened to the birds and stuff when she needed help. But when she thought she was A-okay and the witch was there and the birds were all trying to attack her and stuff, she's like, oh, what's going on? Okay. So when it's good, you have to stay connected. And when you're confused, you have to stay connected. When something looks right, but divine is telling right, you got to listen to those messages from heaven. Heaven is with you in every circumstance. And heaven isn't a place you go when you die. As Reverend Michael Beckwith says, it is a consciousness, a way of thinking. And when you connect with that divine heavenly way of thinking, that heaven is with me right now, love and light is with me right now, eternal life is with me right now, everything I could ever want and desire and need and more is with me right now, heaven is able to send that. Then you've got to be open to receiving that, and then be willing to stand your ground and fight for those things that are worthwhile, like the LGBTQ community. I live here in the South, and whenever they say, oh, hey, do you want to get something from Chick-fil-A? I'm like, no, because Chick-fil-A is against my community. And even though, I don't know, it might be $10 they're not getting from me, I'm standing for that value. I'm standing for that value. And it's all that same from spirituality. I talk about it more at my spiritual center. I talk about it more on my regular Facebook page under my government name. And so this is the time to stand your ground as you move forward in the light, making room for all that heaven has for you. This has been a wonderful, wonderful reading. I am excited about it and applying these things to my life as well. So I do want to say, I invite you all to go to Minnassa.com and to sign up for a daily dose of tarot. You receive an inspirational message from a tarot card every day. It comes from me, and it's done individually. So if you want to respond, everyone else isn't seeing your response. This is a way. We got to get ready for 2022. What are you doing right now? Well, how are you planting the spiritual seeds? How are you connecting? How are you hearing from the divine? Many people, when heaven comes to you and spirit comes to communicate with you, you're not used to hearing that. You're not used to that. And so this is a beautiful way to get that connection. My podcast is up. We're almost through the minor arcana. And I think that's enough stuff for today. I love all of you. I'm grateful that you're here. Blessings and Namaste. The goddess in me sees, honors, and respects the goddess in you.